Clock in, clock in. Black guy that just walked in.
Yeah. He already dead, there ain't no need to check his vitals, bitch. He already dead, there ain't no need to check his vitals. Yeah, crunch time, yeah, nigga, it's lunch time. Let go, crunch time, yeah, nigga, it's lunch time. Yeah, crunch time, yeah, nigga, it's lunch time. Let go, crunch time, yeah, nigga, it's lunch time. He dead.
Team Black gotta stand up, man. Yo, we back with another video following the whole Melly situation. This is a very important person on the stand because this is Melly's girlfriend at the time, mom, that's on the stand. And you know, that's one of the ways they've been trying to get at Melly, by using the messages he sent to people, you feel what I'm saying? Like the number and the messages he sent. But let's not waste no time, let's get to this video. That boy look nervous as hell, boy. That boy just biting his lip.
Good morning, are you Ms. Holmes?
Yes, I am.
Welcome.
Hello.
Come on up here, this is our witness stand. Ms. Holmes, when you get there, what I'd like you to do is remain standing. Raise your right hand and be sworn. You put the first down. Thank you. Raise your right hand and be sworn.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you should give in this case should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Please state your full legal name for the record.
Felicia Ashe Holmes,
Please spell your first and last name for the court reporter.
Felicia, H-O-L-M-A.
Please have a seat.
Well, you can't trust nobody. Story.
Ms. Holmes,
Yes, sir.
that microphone in front of you does not move back and forth. It'll adjust up or down, but not back and forth.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, you may proceed.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Holmes.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Not good.
Are you cold?
No, I'm just, you know,
Overwhelmed.
I don't feel comfortable.
Are you nervous?
I feel threatened.
So, Ms. Holmes, I want to start and just talk about who you are.
Yes.
Ms. Holmes, do you have any children?
Yes, I do.
Can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury who is Mariah Hamilton?
My youngest daughter.
And how old is Mariah?
She's 22 right now.
And Mariah, did she have a romantic relationship with someone named Jamel Demons, also known as YNW Melly?
Yes, she did.
When was she involved in that romantic relationship with Melly?
I'm thinking maybe 2016 or so till maybe 2019, 20.
Okay. Did you have the opportunity to meet Mr. Demons?
Yes, I did.
What did you refer to him as?
I call him Jamel Melly.
Do you see him here in the courtroom?
Yes, I do.
Where is he?
He's right here.
And what's he wearing?
A white turtleneck and a gray jacket.
Your Honor, may the record reflect an in-court identification of the defendant.
Yes, the record will reflect an in-court identification of the defendant.
So in October of 2018, had you met the defendant prior?
Yes, I did.
How many times had you met him in person prior to that?
A couple.
A couple?
Maybe two maybe.
Okay. Did you follow him on social media?
I'm not sure. In 2018, I wasn't up.
Okay. Did you know if he had social media at that time?
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Okay. Did you have a social media account at that time?
Yes, I did.
And what was your social media handle?
I'm sorry.
What was your social media name?
My name? For which one?
For Instagram.
Instagram. It's like Bling Queen 258.
Okay. Did you have a Snapchat at that time?
I don't think so. If I did, I may have.
Okay. What about your daughter? Did she have an Instagram?
I'm pretty sure she did.
Okay. Did she have Snapchat?
I'm pretty sure she did.
Okay. So I'm going to show you what's been already admitted into evidence as State 61. There's a couple of videos and things on that I would like to ask you to ask some questions about.
Your Honor, we'd object as to the predicate being laid for this witness to testify to any of this material.
Thank you. Objection noted.
So I'm showing you what is titled Memories 2018 October 9th 4:58 UTC, Melly, Montana. Can you see that picture there on your screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Little boy loaded.
Who is the female over there?
That's my daughter,
And which daughter is that?
Mariah.
Okay. Who else is in that photograph with her?
That's Jamel.
I want to go here to this image. This is 2018, November 11th, 23:53:26 UTC. again, Melly.Montana. Who is pictured in this photograph?
My daughter Mariah.
Do you recognize the individual in the back?
No.
No.
What the hell that is?
Prior to coming into
She
court
cheating?
yesterday,
Look like Pablo back
were you
there.
shown 2 photographs of the alleged victims in this case?
Yes, I was.
Were you able to identify them?
No, I was not.
In terms of your relationship with Anthony Williams and Chris Thomas, how many times have you met them?
Maybe Stack maybe twice. Judy maybe once.
And do you know them by their real names?
No, I don't.
How did you refer to them?
Stack and Judy.
Okay. So I want to go forward to
So she
some of
knew
the
him, though.
videos in this particular exhibit, specifically Memories 2018, October 18th, 2:17:49 UTC. Start with this one. I'm going to.
Before we tell me all that extra shit in life, they leave the most important shit here for the pen.
So the image that
What
is
is
shown
this
there.
for?
Do you recognize the person in that driver's license?
It's blurry.
Okay. I'm going to show you another video, the next one
The most
here.
important shit here. Like, get right there, like, you know you come back.
Whose driver's license is that?
That's my daughter.
The conversations and things that on there, do you recognize the voice?
I didn't really listen. I mean, you have to play it again.
Sure.
Before we tell me all that extra shit in life, they leave the most important shit here for the pen.
Do you recognize the person who's speaking in that video?
Yes, I do.
Who is that?
That's Janelle.
The hell he's saying though?
So I want to go back to October 26th of 2018. Where were you living?
I was living in Cocoa.
And my geography is terrible, I think. How far away is Cocoa from Broward County?
About 3-4 hours.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a registered nurse.
Were you a registered nurse at that time as well?
Yes, I was.
Did you know the defendant's mother?
Yes, I do.
And who is she?
Jamie.
Have you met her prior to October 26th of 2018?
Yes, I am.
Have you communicated with her?
Yes, I did.
Did you have a phone number for her?
I'm pretty sure I probably did.
I'm not asking you to.
I don't know, but I did or not. I can't remember.
Okay. So I want to go forward on October 26th of 2018 and talk about that early morning hours. Did you receive or hear a phone call or FaceTime video call in which the defendant was a participant?
I did overhear. I'm not quite sure exactly the context of the call, but I did overhear the phone call.
Okay. Tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what woke you up that morning.
Just hear my daughter's voice.
Okay. What was what was the tone of her voice without saying what she said?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Okay. Do you remember anything the defendant said on that video?
Not verbatim, no, I don't.
Okay. Did you have an opportunity to read the statement you gave in 2018?
I read the statement,
Okay.
but I don't recall. I don't remember anything from that statement, but I do remember my deposition from December 22.
So the deposition, that would have been 6 months ago?
Yes.
Okay. I want to go, and when you spoke, you remember speaking with law enforcement in December of 2018?
I remember speaking with them, but I don't remember what they look like. I don't remember their names, but I do remember talking to someone.
Okay. So, Ms. Holmes, I want to ask you, were you honest and truthful with law enforcement when you spoke with them?
I would hope so. I mean, it was 2018. I went through a lot during that year, so I'm not sure where my mindset was at that time.
Did you lie to law enforcement?
I would hope not. I don't remember what I said back. It was like 5 years ago.
Oh, of course.
Oh man, she up there nervous.
So-
I ain't gonna lie. Mom is trying her hardest to keep it as G as possible. Obviously, you know, she was glad to see Melly. Obviously, she probably had like a cool relationship with him. And she gotta be one of those people who don't believe Melly did it for real. She nervous as hell up there. One thing that she said that caught my attention for real is when she said she feels threatened. And by her saying she feels threatened, I'm trying to figure out like by by who? 'Cause I know you ain't threatened by Melly. You feel what I'm saying? Like, who is you threatened by? Like, she had been forced to come up here, but she's trying to keep it as G as possible. She don't even remember what she's saying, and they trying to make her stumble upon if she lied to law enforcement or not.
The incident of October 26th of 2018?
If that's where you guys are saying it is.
You don't even remember?
I don't remember. Like I said, 2018 was a very hard year for me. My husband just went to prison. My father died. I had a lot going on, so
Of course.
I was really out of it.
Okay. And in terms of your conversations with the police officers that morning?
Yes. I do remember that they kind of bullied me and threatened my daughter to take her to jail for accessory after the fact. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Damn, when I was wondering why she felt threatened, she turned around and said her daughter was threatened. She felt like by the laws. And I don't know if they trying to use this in their favor, but they making it look more and more like they just had it out for Melly.
And in terms of the statements that you made about what happened, you don't have any recollection of that. Did you read this statement multiple times?
I looked at it and I just didn't recall it, and I don't know.
And so you indicated you hoped you were truthful with law enforcement.
Yes, I did.
I have to ask you to be more definitive. Were you truthful?
I don't remember what I said to them back then, so if I was to tell you something now, I could be lying. I don't want to lie on the stand because you're going to take me to jail. So I'm saying what you want me to say.
I do not want you to say anything. I want you to tell the truth.
Okay, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. So, Ms. Holmes, with regards to that day, did you lie to law enforcement?
I just answered that for you.
Excuse me.
Keeps
Hold on.
asking the same.
Repeat
She
the
trying to
question.
get her to
I don't
say
remember.
no.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
You gotta answer the question with no yes.
One person can talk at a time, and there was an objection. I just wanted to
Okay.
be clear. All right? You ask your question again.
Okay. So, Ms. Holmes, did you lie to law enforcement?
Not that I recall.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Okay. Going forward to the events of that day,
Yes.
when you heard that phone call, where were you?
I'm home.
Okay. Where was home in Cocoa?
Cocoa.
Who else was there at your house?
My kids.
When you heard the phone call, did you hear what had allegedly happened?
I heard that there might have been a shooting.
Okay. Did you see any pictures or videos of anyone that was injured at that point?
No, I did not.
Did you see the defendant on the screen of that video call?
I saw his face, yes.
In terms of the method of communication, do you know if it was a FaceTime call?
I assume it was FaceTime. I couldn't say for sure what kind of call it was.
At the
She don't know
time
that
of
right now, what?
October of 2018 through December of 2018, did you know the defendant's phone number?
No, I don't.
Do you recall today what the defendant's phone number was?
No, I don't.
Okay. In terms of the information and stuff that you have regarding that phone number, was that saved in your phone at that time?
It may have been. I can't remember.
Do you remember what phone number you had?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
So, Ms. Holmes, to go back in terms of looking at your statement or any of the other things, refresh your recollection as to what the defendant's phone number was and what you had at that time.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
Sure. You said you didn't remember the defendant's phone number.
No, I don't.
Would looking at a copy of your statement help refresh your memory as to what?
No, I don't think it would.
Okay. Would you like to try to do so?
You have to look at it for you, sure.
Okay. And so, counsel, on for the record, I'm showing her page 3 of 8. And so I'm going to ask you, Ms. Holmes, to just read this part silently to yourself.
Okay.
And we're going to start here, this, and through here, okay? Silently to yourself. When reviewing that, does that refresh your recollection?
No, it doesn't.
Your Honor, pursuant to 90.8035, the state would move at this time to read into the record the relevant portions.
Objection, Your Honor.
Can I see, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's 12 o'clock. Let's take our lunch and recess. Don't discuss the case. Don't film any opinion about the case. Don't allow anyone to discuss the case in the presence. There's certainly no research, all right? Leave both heads on your chair. Sorry for the delay. What time? Let's say 1:30. Thank you. what else are you going to ask her about?
In terms of that, as well as the initial part where she says she doesn't recall what he said verbatim. That would be the part where he's saying that someone just shot the car up and was trying to shoot them. So I asked him if he was okay, where he was, and he's like, there's a car coming behind him, like hiding. He was like, there's some, yeah, he's like, yeah, there's some, I think they're still out here or something. So I'm like, are you okay? He's like, I'm okay. I said, well, where are Sack and Juvie? And he said, I don't know if they're in the car. I think they're dead.
And that's the portion that you're looking to have admitted?
So far, based on her current state of her testimony up to this point.
Is there anything else?
If there's anything else that she doesn't remember on that, for example, the Frito Bang or Frederick Gibbons is his actual name, aspects of that, anything about the condo in Miami, about the blood on the clothes. There's another part later on where she then describes the conversation again that he said. He just basically said that his friend they just got killed, and that he was like, there was lights coming, somebody's coming, someone's coming. I'm like, are they still out there, you know? Question, answer. It's like I don't know. And I said, we're on our way, just so you know, stay put, we'll come get you. So at this time, I'm thinking he's somewhere hiding in the bushes somewhere from whoever shot him.
And the statement goes on, there's other things that you're trying to get out through this witness that you're concerned that she may or may not remember.
Those are the relevant portions, Your Honor. There's a lot of other things that she indicates in the statement that I would agree would not be relevant, and that wouldn't prove an essential fact that is at issue in this case. So I would not be seeking to insert the entire statement.
It's crazy.
Basically the portions that you just elicited.
Yes, Your Honor. And I can I have the ability to, in a Word document, to isolate those so that they can be succinctly read, provided to defense as well, so they would have copies. But the case law is clear and the statute is clear. The state cannot introduce that statement, but defense would be able to if they so chose.
Thank you. And your objection is?
Your Honor, we have a copy of her deposition, which makes clear.
Can I stop you for a second?
I'm sorry.
What is counsel reading from that? What are you reading from that?
I am reading from her statement of December 12th of 2018.
You're reading from a statement, not a deposition?
Correct.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you. And before I go any further, Your Honor, I meant no disrespect. And I appreciate your and understand your authority, and you're making decisions. Whatever reaction I had was not intended to convey disrespect, whether I agree with your decisions or not. Her deposition of December 14th, 2022 will clarify the issue of whether this is a failure of recollection that the state is trying to refresh, or whether or not this witness has recanted her statement and is making an entirely different statement about the facts of that night. In this deposition, she is not claiming not to recall. She said she wasn't certain about the time of the call, but she quickly got herself together and came down here, and it took about 3 to 4 hours, like she said, and she got here around 12 or 1 o'clock, which would place that call at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. There are several other substantive statements that indicate that she is recanting that statement she gave on that day. She says the reason that she gave the statement was because her daughter was threatened with arrest, like she said here. She said that she feels threatened, and first thing she said there, she's not talking about Jamel, she's talking about the state.
Oh, man.
She's on an ankle bracelet. They arrested her in the Virgin Islands and brought her over here. And the statements she is making in her deposition do not support and are I wouldn't say they contradict, but they're not the statements that are made in the statement that the state seeks to elicit. If the rules allowed her to put a witness on just to get in a prior statement, then they'd be in okay territory. The rules don't permit that. She's creating this pretext. Oh, you forgot that? Well, let me read it into the record. I would offer the court a copy of this deposition over lunch to review that makes it clear that she is recanting. She is not forgetting. She is recanting. And that's exactly what these cases speak to, and the process that the state is, what they're attempting to engage in is to violate and circumvent the rule and admit out-of-court statements for the truth of the matter asserted, which are hearsay, which are recognized to create constitutional problems, which have resulted in some of these cases and murder cases being reversed, murder convictions being reversed, and she's inviting error into this court, into this trial, and we'd ask the court to at least get a context of what is going on here, whether this is a failure of recollection, whether that's the way she's fashioning it, or whether or not what she said in her deposition does not comport with what she said in that statement that she's recanting, and whether the state is just using this rule as a pretext to get the statements that they're not committed to.
Thank you. You have the statement of Ms. Holmes as well?
I do, Your
And that
Honor.
was taken under oath?
It was, yes, it's a sworn statement from Ms. Oath, from Ms. Holmes in December of 2018. And Your Honor, I would also add that some of the time frame and issues of that, those were actually clarified because defense provided the state with reciprocal discovery of Ms. Jamie King's phone records, which authenticate the statements, for example, that Felicia Holmes said she immediately called Jamie King. That is shown in Ms. King's phone records.
Who's Jamie King?
The defendant's mother. So there's outside sources that corroborate the sum and substance of her December 2018 statement.
All right, so I'm going to take the statement. If there's no objection, I'll take the statement and the deposition. I'll read those over lunch, and then see everybody back here at 1:15. I told the jury to be back at 1:30. We'll resolve those issues, and we'll move forward. All right?
I ain't gonna lie, it's something about Melly's lawyer. Every time they bring something up, he just end up shutting it down. Obviously, the person they bring it to the stand is not even on their side. Not only is that person not on their side, that person feels threatened. You dig what I'm saying? She ruined their whole plan on them using this against Melly. Now, it's actually working in Melly's favor. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments below.